Hello and welcome to the Modern Toy Fair review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Neca TMNT Toon Turtle Van. As always, make sure to stick around to the end of the video so you can see all the photos I took. And of course, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are, if you are still waiting for your pre-order ship, or if you're like me and you passed on it the first time and had to hunt one down after the fact. But that's enough chitter chatter, let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So we have the turtle shell here on the front, with the turtles in that kind of off yellow, which, if you zoom in, that middle T, just like it's got some smudges on it. It's not very well painted, which sucks, but at least it's not super noticeable. And then you've got all the yellow with the headlights, and then you've got the teeth down here at the bottom with the black lines that really kind of show off the individual teeth, with the mouth for the bumper. Flip it up here, you can see all the sculpt work on the bottom, and then there is, more importantly, a little switch here. There we go. And that turns on the headlights, which you have the headlights themselves and those little red lights, but those don't seem to do anything. And then on the back, you do have the tail lights with these little white painted pieces, which are kind of weird. And then you have the entire back door, the bumper, all in the same color scheme. The back doors well, they're supposed to open. Come on. Come on. Good old NECA. Everything's hand painted. Nothing can be molded in the plastic. There we go. So open that, and you can see here on the door, you do have some cool mold lines, and then this inner part has a really weird texture. I do not like it. I don't know. There's something, it just feels almost dusty. It's weird. We'll show you more of the inside here in a moment. Let me get this closed back up though. And there we go. Heading back to the front, you do have the clear plastic for the windows. You've got the mirror. You've got the visor that goes over top. You've got these red kind of spotlights. There's the red and gray antenna, which spins around. And then you do have the turtle shell pattern for the roof in that dark green, kind of dividing it up with the cannons here that do move around and they have the ratcheted joints, which is nice. And if you look a little closer, you can actually see all the little black line work to kind of bring out some of the sculpt details. Since there's not a whole lot because it is a toon style. You can open up the canopy though, like so. And that will kind of give you access to the inside of the back. Now, if we go to the other side here, I'm going to pull off the front part, which is a pain. It is on here real tight. I don't know if it's because of all the paint or if it's just in general tight squeeze, but this one in the front corner does not want to move. Just don't break. Come on. There we go. So you can see inside here, got the light gray kind of control panel with the buttons and the green screen and all of the molding pieces, little red buttons with the wheel here that spins around. And get that straightened up. And you can kind of see the little screw there. The brown seats are flat on the bottom. They have the lines on the back, and then you have all the tiles in the back of the van. You do have two sides here with the computer stuff. This one has some screens and some levers, little techie pieces. And then you have the door. Opposite side has some monitors on it, a little aiming system, a keyboard, and more computer components at the bottom. And on the back here, this comes off. This actually, I put this on and it's a pain in the ass to get on and off, and I didn't record it, unfortunately. So you do have two options. You have that, or you have this brown techie line piece. But I really prefer the latter anyway, because one, you've got the ladder itself, you've got the screens here on the side, all the different pieces, the bombs at the bottom. Heading back to the outside, so you've got a better view of the door here, which does open up. You have to press up a little bit to kind of get it to come out though. It's got the armrest here, you've got a little vent molded here on the side. You can see the dashboard from the side there as well. That back in, and then down here we do have the wheel, which has a light gray with a slightly darker gray, and then the wheel well it's kind of got a little bit of a mold line. And then you have the step, which is green, and then you have the padded door here that comes back to these vents. And this does open up. And we pop it out like that. Get this down here. And you'll see this has these holes, and that is for the cannon, which is some assembly required. So you've got the bombs for the bottom base, you've got the cannon itself, and you've got the seat. So it is supposed to go in like this. Maybe it's not going in. All right, give me 1 second. All right, and now you have a fully assembled cannon. Let's pop this in. It does just plug into those two holes and slide down almost like a picture frame would. And like that. The grip for the handle does twist, which is nice. And then the belts do, or the seat belts do come undone from the bottom. It's just a little plug-in, which now I can't find to put back in. There we go. So let's see. I don't have any Toon Turtles. I don't really collect the Toon Turtle line anymore. I do have the Mirage Turtles though. And let's see if this thick chonky boy can fit in here. So we get the legs straightened out a little bit so he sits a little proper. He might be a little too thick for this. Let's see if I can get at least one of these latched. Well, this is not going well. There we go. But he does not want to. Oh, and it came undone. Okay, so if we're just gonna pretend we're just gonna set him up a little higher. I guess kind of set it there because I don't think this is gonna stay in. At least not with him sitting upright so you can see him. But yeah, so you get the idea. That's what he looks like. There's probably a much easier way to do this than the way I'm trying. But yeah, that's what it looks like to have a turtle in your in your side cannon. For anyone who wanted to see that. Yeah. Anyway, so from there we go to the back wheel. Same as the front wheel, you got that little darker gray and the light gray for the hubcap. And you've got the molding. And then the wheels do turn. You can't really see it. You can see a little bit in the light, but not much. If we flip the other side though, you've got more of the same details. Mirror, door, the wheels are the same on both sides. You've got the stepping plate, which is green. You do have this other door, which this one folds down. It's supposed to. Let's open the top hatch and see if that helps. See if I can push from the other side. Come on. Please. Okay, 1 second. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'm going to try with the other hand. So my right hand can have a little better time. There we go. So this folds down. You'll notice it does have these lines and also some pegs on it. And that is so you can put the folded up cannon, which is weird because it's on the opposite side, but whatever. But yeah, so that plugs in on there. And then the cannon itself has some really nice sculpting. Kind of shows it off. It is all in just like two different shades of gray though. If we move on to the rest of the side here, we've got the wheel well, and then you have the roof and the fin, which has like a really, really light pale yellow in the middle, this Dijon mustard like color on the side, and then like a normal yellow for the rest of it. Quick size comparison. So we have Mirage Donatello, who's just barely as tall as the mirror, and then we've got the Utrum, who's a little bit taller than it. Get these guys out of here and switch them out. We've got the Marvel Legends Jon Favreau, and then G.I. Joe Classified Pimp Daddy Destro, who is not... Oh, okay then. Never mind about him. Let's go over here. So Jon Favreau is also about as tall as the mirror, about a little bit taller than Donnie. Get these guys out of here. We've got the Mafex Scarlet Spider, about the same height as Jon Favreau compared to it, just a little bit closer. And then here is the Build-A-Figure Marvel Legends Big Beefy Boy Armadillo. He is almost as tall as the Turtle Van is completely. Last up, we have the massive box. So it's got the Turtles logo. You've got all this great art. Channel 6 building in the back. You got Mikey with the cannon. You got Leo, Raph, Donnie, April, all the foot soldiers. Everybody's just kind of hanging out. You've got Turtle Van down at the bottom. And then on the side, you got the Turtles logo. You've got the figure itself with some of the old figures in the line. Other side, about the same, just kind of empty. And then on the back, we've got some photography that they showed off with little Donatello's techno tips on the bottom corner there, telling you to look at the bottom of the box. You got a little description there. more photos. And then at the top, we've got the logo, Turtle Van. Don't choke on this warning, which if you can fit this whole thing in your mouth and choke on it, I think they should send you one for free. Like that's an impressive feat. And on the bottom, you've got Donnie's Techno Tips, just telling you how to install the different pieces and open different things. So make sure to check that out because it'll probably be a little bit helpful. Okay, so overall, I'm pretty happy here with the Turtle Van and how it turned out. I only have a few detractors. I wish that they would have had some sort of cell shading on it. I know people were mad they didn't have line work on it. I feel like the Toon line isn't as known for that. That's more of like the comic book thing, which would have been great because, I'm obviously going to be using this for the comic turtles because I don't really do the Toon turtles anymore. But you'll see more about that here in the photos in a minute. I think my biggest problem is just because of the way they do it with the paint. I wish they would have just molded the main part in yellow so that way the doors wouldn't be such a pain in the ass. And when I say doors, I don't mean like the front doors. I'm talking about the back doors, the side doors, like all of the like almost like fold down and like fold open cabinet style doors. They just are such a pain in the ass to open and close. They're such a tight squeeze and it feels like it's got that NECA like dry paint hinge nonsense. So that would be my biggest improvement I'd like to see. But beyond that, I love the details. I love they got rid of the giant hump on the back. I am pretty happy just overall with it. I wouldn't have spent $400 like some people are right now. I would say hold off and see if NECA opens up more pre-orders like within the next like 6 months or so. But hey, you do you. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are. If this swayed you one way or the other over the fence, if you were on the fence about it. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out, gets you a show of the content in your feed. Got the reviews, how to pose videos, weekly live stream, weekly toy hunt, and weekly podcast. Check them all out. We greatly appreciate it. You can also check us out Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. If you're already a fan and you'd like to help us out and support us, you can head over to patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair with a bunch of different rewards with different tiers. We even have a couple of them that have free 7-day trials, so you can try it out before you commit to anything. You can get episodes of the podcast and the toy hunt early. You can get physical prints of the photos I take. You can even get input on the podcast. So a bunch of different options out there. Link will be in the description below. Greatly appreciate that as well. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.